Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander Tactical. Today we are having a look at this absolutely amazing, almost god tier level battle belt from the good people over at Agilite. Now, full disclosure, this was sent to me. I have a great relationship with the team there, and all they're after, like I have with a lot of the people that I work with, is they're just after some good, honest content, and hopefully that is what you will get today. Now, this battle belt itself has a lot of similar features that you get on other battle belts. I mean, let's be honest. The market is definitely flooded with similar belts to this. However, there are a few things on here that massively separate this from all of the other generic battle belts that are out there, which is what we will have a look at today. Now, an extra point as well is that the setup that we will have a look here, they were good enough to send me their full Gucci'd out Ranger setup for this. This is 100% scalable. If you are happy with the features that are on the actual belt itself, the Magnetix belt, but you're like, oh, you know, I swear by these pouches, or I swear by this dump pouch, that's fine. You can do you, boo, with everything else that's on here, if it is that it's just the belt that you're after. But the setup that they sent me with this comes with all of these additional parts. If you want to scale this back and just get the belt and maybe a couple of the other bits, then, you know, it's completely up to you. But yes, this is the full nice setup. As far as colours are concerned, I'm racking my brain now. I'm sure originally, or now it comes in 3 colours. There's black. Oh, I've forgotten. So so the one that we have here, this is in Ranger Green. They also do it in multicam, and I'm sure there's a few other flat colours. So whatever your gear is, whatever your setup is, then you should be able to get the belt and the system that matches whatever it is that you have. As far as the sizes is concerned, I'm a 36-inch waist. I checked the measurements on the website and I went for the large. This comes in small, medium, large and extra large, and the large for me fits perfectly. Materials wise, now we will have a look at all of the different parts that are on here. The belt itself is a 1000D mil-spec Cordura, so it's designed to be tough. There's a lot of rigidity in this as well, and when we have a look, you'll see that this is a 2-layer belt, as most decent gun belts are. The extra bit that's in here that adds to this rigidity is it's called a curved thermoplastic. Which helps to create a frame that when you put all of your gear onto here, now it does look a little floppy as I have it, but when this is on me, which we will have a look in a second, you know, everything is just completely anchored down to this and fits perfectly. Now on the outside, because we will have a look at the belt itself, but on the outside, with this being the full kind of setup, if you do purchase this as the Ranger package that we have here, it comes with the inner and outer belt. You have a double pistol mag here. These are great. You can keep these on. You can actually take these off if you want to. So if you're concerned about pulling these off, you just want to, you know, rip them out and then do whatever it is that you need to do, then you can take these off. There's a little bit of hook and loop here at the back that you can remove these. But having double mags is great. You can have one loaded into your pistol. By the way, I'm not loaded here today for any of the safety experts. But you can have one in your pistol, 2 on your side, so that you've got 3 magazines. These are the pincer ones. So when you take these out, it uses elastic within here to hold them in place. But then around the end here, you have this really tough resin kind of. It's almost like a soft touch plastic, but what that means is when you're re-indexing these, you can put them in, they slide in, and the grip that it has in there really grips them to make sure they have it in place. I do have an impact grenade here. That doesn't come with this. This is just something that I keep on there that I use. Here on the side, now I have just released some content on Agilite's mag release dump pouch. So the way that this works is the actual dump pouch itself doesn't come with this. This isn't an optional extra that they were good enough to send me. So this can roll up, and you have this elastic strap that goes over the top there like that. So when you want to deploy this, all you have to do is pull your mag out and it will deploy that. But without that, it does come with a single multi-caliber pincer magazine on the side. Similar to the pincer pistol magazines, this is a single one, but it has this tough mil-spec elastic on the side. You have more of this Cordura at the bottom just to make sure that your magazine, once indexed, seats in there perfectly. And then similar to the top here, so when this there's a lot of flies today. Really, these flies are doing my nutting. So if you see me wafting a lot, I do apologise as one tried to fly into my ear. So this is a multi-caliber pincer magazine. So whether you're running 5.56 or whether you're running 7.62, both of those style magazines fit into here. I will say, because of these PMags, because they have this kind of extra grip on the side, they're a little tougher to get in and out. But what you'll find is just extra security, knowing that it's not going to come out. The steel Stanag ones slip in a lot easier, but they're still held in place with no issues whatsoever. So that's what would normally be on here, but I have this additional pouch. All of these connect on via PALS webbing and a MOLLE system onto the side. But what you can do is you can actually, I haven't got this on right, I should have passed that through there, I should have done. Anyway, what you can do is you can piggyback this pouch by using the connections that you get with this magazine pouch to make sure that that stays in place. On the back here, if I spin this round, you then have an IFAK on here. This is one of these ones that you can rip out, so whether you're a lefty or a righty, or maybe if you've hurt your left hand and you're normally left-handed, you can then use your right hand to pull these out. They do have pullaways that you can open these out and then pull them, but they're tough enough, or at least there's enough give within these so that if you want to rip that, that will open this out. This again is made from the similar material. Actually, so the pouches on the sides, if they're not mentioned, I mentioned these are made from that tough elastic. The dump pouch and these on the side, these are made from a 500D Cordura as well, which I mean, it's half the denier, but then that's also a lot less weight, so it can certainly help to alleviate some of the weight on your belt. Then coming around to the side here, so this is a general purpose pouch. The GP pouches on here are awesome. I really do like Agilite's GP pouches in the respect that there's a couple of nice little features on here. So on the inside, you've got little hooks so you can attach things. You then have small loops on the inside. So if you have tools, maybe you have some batteries that you want to store in these, then you can do. But then on the back here, it has a full hook and loop back. That way, if you have specific tool setups that you want to drop into here, then you can attach them here to the back and know that they're always going to be secure. And then on the front, you also have an additional pocket, which for me is where I keep things like snacks and stuff like that in through the day. For my the grenade that I use, the impact grenade that I use, it works off blanks. So what I'll also do is I'll keep the blanks in here as well, so that there's the 7 recharges on it, so you can put 7 blanks into it, so when you drop it and they'll go off, and I keep those in here as well, and they fit perfectly. Now coming round to the side, just to show that it will fit one of these on here. This is a Safariland drop leg on here, fits on perfect, no issues whatsoever. My holster of choice comes from Deadly Customs, British made, British company, absolutely amazing. I swear by these holsters. You can get these in lots of different colours, but yes, so if you're concerned about this not fitting, you have a certain setup, then you certainly don't have to worry about that. Now that's the bits that I've got attached to this. Getting into the actual belt itself, fly right on my forehead. As I mentioned, so this is a 2-layered belt, which again, most decent gun belts will have a 2-layer system like this. Now you can just wear this for day-to-day use. They've set it up in such a way that on the front here, if I open this out, on the front there is a panel, so if you like to wear CCW, or at least if you carry CCW, and you want more of a lower profile belt that is still nice and rigid, then you can wear this just for that. So you can just wear this as an everyday EDC belt. But on here you have two systems. So the first bit, this is that curved thermoplastic. This fits into a small recess in the back here. So again, what we're really doing is this: we're stopping any sort of movement like that from it being disconnected. So that fits into the back here where you have this groove. So when you've got it on, you put it through your normal belt loops. This goes into this groove here at the back, which just initially locks that into place. Once that's then on, then you have a plastic Velcro, you have more of that 500D Cordura with some hook and loop on here. So this passes through a D-ring like this. You then pull that through, turn it back over onto itself. I've actually got this upside down. You turn it back then over onto itself, and then that is locked into place with your hook and loop on there. Now when you're putting this on, there is a right way and a wrong way to do it. So if you look here on the back, these are the two magnets, which is why it's called the Magnetix belt, that help you to make sure that this is on properly. And hopefully you'll see here stitched into this is a small arrow. Arrow pointing up means that's the way that you put it on. If you put it on this way, then you need to make sure that your belt is done the other way. I guess for lefties or righties, but if you're putting the belt on this way and the arrow is pointing down, then you need to make sure that your belt, when you put your belt on, that the arrow is pointing down as well. This will make sense in a second. Now putting it on, relatively simple, you know, it is what it is as far as belts are concerned. Pass this through all of these loops. Now that we're on, so there's that bit where the curved thermoplastic slides into that bit. Here's the D-ring. Just make sure that we push this through here, which is always fun when you're trying to do it with a bloody t-shirt and watching yourself do it in the camera. So you pass this through here, fold it over, and then, because of the extra length, pass it underneath that loop so that it's on. Now, as I say, so if you wanted to use this for CCW, then you can move this round, and because you have this thermoplastic section here, just by moving this buckle here, if you are using appendix carry, then you can attach this to make sure that it's got a good, decent foundation to keep your holster in place. Now, for me, in this situation, I'm going to turn around for a second, because on the back here, where are my magnets? Have those two magnets. So you want to make sure that they're exactly in the middle where you want them to be, and the easiest way to do that is just by gauging it on where those belt loops are. Then when you get your belt, so hopefully you'll be able to see here are those two magnets, and here is that same arrow. So for me, the arrow is pointing up, and I know that on this, when I put this on, the arrow is pointing up. Now when I put this on now, what you'll see is that those magnets just popped into place. So now, as long as my t-shirt is out of the way, I can pull this round, and then on the belt itself we have another one of those curve inserts here. So through the belt itself you'll see that there's a lattice of this curve thermoplastic, and this is what's used to add to the rigidity to this. So through here you have your kind of standard pals or molle slots that you can pass all of your gear loops through, and then behind those you have more of this, and that's what adds to that rigidity. So now that this is on, I can pass this into this little garage that's within the belt, pass that in, and then on the front here I have a genuine Cobra buckle to lock that into place, so that I now know that this is perfect. None of that little kind of messing around. You have to take it off. No, that's in the wrong position. Move it back round again. Try and get it, put that on. No, probably gone too far. With this, because of those two magnetic points at the back, it just goes boop, pops it into place, and you know exactly where your stuff is. So again, let's just do this. Let's just do this again. I'm going to take this off. I know that this is in the right position. There's my magnets. Dump pouch got caught underneath it then for a second. We're in, we're on. That was me rushing actually. We're in, clip that into position, and then we're on. So underneath here, I can put my leg part through. My sidearm is exactly where I know it is. Again, we are unloaded. The belt itself, so if you do need to adjust this to open or close this, or to add some extra length to here, so what it uses is some tubular webbing. So what this does, it passes through a little loop here, and then it goes through the male end of your buckle. So if you wanted to add or pull this in, you can pull that in. Probably a bit too tight now, but let's just see if I can push this on. Yep, I can still, oh, can I? Yeah, still get it on, and then we're in. Now this extra little strap here at the side, do with that, well, I have pulled this out, but what you can do is, especially with these Safariland ones, just feed it underneath here, which you can't quite do when the belt's on, but before, when I had it off, I tucked it underneath here, and that completely keeps that out of the way. Now I will say, over the years, I've been very fortunate enough to have been sent some really nice belts from some absolutely amazing companies. This isn't me dunking on anybody else's belts. All I'm saying is, this is different. This again, as I mentioned, is Agilite doing what Agilite does best. That's taking something that is a legacy item like a battle belt, a garrison belt, a gun belt, whatever you want to call it, and just perfecting bits on it, from the materials to the innovations in something as simple. Who'd have thought just putting a couple of magnets on something would take, and I say stress, I don't think anyone's ever got, I sat home like, I can't put my belt on, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. No one's ever been like that, but the faffing around the first 2-3 minutes when you're trying to put it on, when you're training, you want to make sure everything is always exactly in the same position because of muscle memory, and you know what you're doing, you can do things blindfolded. Having something that makes sure that every single time you put that on, it's identical to the last time that you did it, there's a huge and an immeasurable advantage of being able to do that. And again, this is another fine example of Agilite doing what Agilite does best. So there you go. Now, as I mentioned, this is the full Gucci setup. If you just wanted to pick up the Magnetix belt by itself, then you can do. Or maybe you just want to pick up the belt and the dump pouch, or whatever it is. They've got the full system online so that you can go on there and you can Gucci out the belt if you want the full setup like this, or you can just pick up the belt itself and then you can put your own things on there. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this, was sent to me by Agilite. We have, again, a great relationship. I just wanted to make some honest content for them, and hopefully that's what you've got here today. Now, I'll leave some links below so that you can see more from the Magnetix belt, the full Ranger setup, and even some of the other products. As I mentioned, the mag release dump pouch, this doesn't come with this setup. There may be a point, in fact, as this has just come out, and don't quote me on this, I wouldn't be surprised if Agilite update their Ranger setup that it will include one of these. I don't know if that's going to happen. I've not got any sort of insider information, but it would make sense that they would add this to this so you get a small discount. But again, I don't know if that's going to happen, but I guess that it might do. But yeah, so I'll leave all of those links below. I'll leave some of my social media links below so that you can see more from me here on Moorlander Tactical and my sister channel Moorlander EDC, where I just look at more kind of everyday items that are designed to help you with life's little kind of challenges. And yes, whether you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay tactical. Stuff you want to put onto here, if the massive selling point beautiful god tier level battle belt from Agilite. Now some of the things that this does, and I should have bought, I should have bought something to make the planes go away. I should have brought my hat with me. If I'd have brought my hat with me, it would have kept the flies away. But I didn't. I went for glasses today because I wanted to be cool. Flies do my tits in. I will say over the years, I've been covered in shit off the floor. If you've ever been trying to put your gun belt on and struggled for a little bit more to time than you wanted to, your buddies are looking at you waiting for you to put it on so they can slap your ass, this might be the gun belt for you. Shout out to Grantham. Fucking flies! Fuck off, you fucking fuck-faced little fuck shits. Pardon my French. Do you know what I forgot to mention as well? There's a D-ring on the front here. So genuine Cobra buckles are rated, what's this rated to? This is rated to 22 kilonewtons. So if you did need to use this and attach a sling to this, then you've got that on there as well. Sorry I forgot to mention that, but I'll make sure I'll leave this in the bloopers. Gee, these flies are doing my tits in. This is coming out on the normal Friday, Tactical Friday. I should release them on Tuesday so we could do like Tactical Tuesdays. I'm just not that organised. But yes, I hope you're all good. I hope you all have a weekend full of adventures. Maybe you're going to go out and do some cool kind of pew-pew stuff and this will help. Or, I don't know, you got a full day skirmishing. Whatever it is that you're doing, hope you all have an awesome weekend ahead of you. And I will see you all soon.